course, I need the microphone to do this video. Welcome back, everyone, to another master class. This one we're going to dedicate to cleaning your wheelchair in different ways. So I know we've done some other in-depth cleaning of your wheelchair, but this one will be two different ways in one video, so that will save you some looking up. So welcome back to you who looked for these videos every Friday. For you who are new, every Friday we do a master class, and on Mondays and Wednesdays we do regular videos on life and wheelchair life. So my name is Lisa, and welcome to World Wheelchair Warriors, where we talk about everything wheelchairs, everything wheelchair life. So welcome to you, and I hope you come back. So if you would like to get more notifications on these videos, just subscribe and you'll get a notification of the next video. So today, again, we're going to talk about cleaning. So I'm going to start with a dry clean. This is the brush I use to do in-between cleaning. Like today, I have to go to the doctor, so I like to give it a brush over, get the dust off, get any dirt that's on the wheelchair off so it looks presentable. So, so that's what I do. It's a dry clean. I only use this brush for the wheelchair. I don't use it for anything else. So you can see it's pretty clean, and it's a soft kind of brush. It's not rough at all, so it doesn't scratch the wheelchair, but it's firm enough that I can get some stuff off of the wheelchair. So this one I keep only for the wheelchair. I don't use it for anything else. And it has a dustpan there in case some dirt falls off and I want to get it off the carpet. So now you could do this outside, you can do this indoors, you can do it in your mudroom, you can do it on a tile, wherever you feel that it's best for you to just brush off your wheelchair so it looks presentable for your next appointment or date or whichever you think is important. Now, so that you can find a brush similar to this or same as this. So for your in-between cleaning. Oops, I'll get it later. All right, for in-depth cleaning of your wheelchair, whether it's a manual, whether it is a power wheelchair, you're going to use, now I usually use a round bucket, but this is a square one that I found. So this is an ice cream bucket that I use, and I use also Dawn. Dawn is soft enough that it won't damage any of the paint, any of the covers of your wheelchair, anything on your manual wheelchair. So Dawn is soft enough. So I just do a little bit of a squeeze in the bucket, not too much, because as we know, it foams up a lot and you don't want that. So, and then I fill it up to about, maybe up to about half, or a little bit less. So then I swish it around. Of course, I use a rag that is not fuzzy at all. So it's just a plain rag with no fuzzies. And then I get it all wet with the soap and the water, and I squeeze it out completely, just so it's damp. And then I wipe down the whole wheelchair. It is soft enough that you can use it on your chair, on your frame. You don't want to go anywhere near the motor, of course, but you want to keep that rag, really wrung out and just wipe down your wheelchair. And then, that's about it. You just let it dry and it'll look sparkling new. It'll look clean, and I think it's important to, when you're going in and out of clinics like myself, or if you're going in a house or visiting people and people are touching your wheelchair or that kind of thing, it's good to really give it a good clean about once a month. So these brush offs can be in between, but cleaning, with Dawn can be once a month, and just a good wipe down so that you really keep it clean with all the bugs and bacteria that's around. You wanted to keep it clean as much as possible. Now, when we had COVID, it was even more important to clean your power wheelchair or manual wheelchair pretty often. It was like once a week, once every other week that you really had to wipe down your wheelchair to make sure that it was clean for you and clean for other people to touch it if they were going to help you out in anything. So that is really it for the cleaning. And again, Dawn is soft enough that it won't harm your seats. It won't harm cushions. It won't harm any of the paint. It's soft enough. So you don't want to put too much Dawn in because it'll create too much subsuds. So you want to be gentle with the amount that you put in, and you'll gradually figure out how much soap you want in there. I just put a little squirt in there, and that's about it. You can use cold water. My suggestion is cold water. You can use lukewarm water as well. Neither one damages your wheelchair or the paint or the upholstery. It just cleans your wheelchair, and that's really important. I think for bacteria that lingers. So, and you also get touch things, and your hands are greasy, and you get your now there's another way of doing it. So let me put this aside. The other way of doing it can be with hand wipes. You've seen hand wipes in the store. Hand wipes are safe enough for our hands. It's very soft. So you can use that on your upholstery if you wanted to. You can do it on your frame as well to keep it clean. I use the hand wipes a lot on my joystick because I'm constantly touching it and I want it to be clean. And a lot of times I have my hands dug into all kinds of things. And I want my joystick to be clean. So hand wipes is another way you can clean your upholstery in the frame of your wheelchair really quick. Instead of doing the whole Dawn thing, you can use hand wipes. So depending on your abilities, if you have to have someone do it for you, then great. If you can do it on your own, sit in a recliner and then have your wheelchair in front of you, that's fine too. You can see my recliner right over there. It's hard when you're sitting in a camera, but right there. No, there. You can see my recliner. So sometimes I sit there and, I wipe it down. But keeping your manual wheelchair and your power wheelchair clean, folks, is important. It helps the wheelchair last, and you're more presentable. It's like putting on clean clothes. People appreciate, wow, look at that wheelchair. You look clean, the wheelchair looks clean, and people really, you feel better, and the people around you feel better. So, or comfortable, may I say. I don't know what you think about that, but I feel that the doctors, some people ask me, is your wheelchair new? And I say, no, it's just clean. That's all. I see people coming in with wheelchairs that look pretty grungy, and I feel sad because someone, a caregiver or somebody, could take the time to just take some hand wipes and wipe it down and clean it off so that it looks presentable for them and healthier for them too, because if there are people who cannot get out of their wheelchair, they are pretty much homebound. They really need that assistance in keeping their wheelchair clean. And sometimes the caregivers don't know that. And I'm hoping that somebody will see this video and say, oh, I could do that. I could get some hand wipes and wipe it down. And that is so important because they spend so many hours in the wheelchair that it does get dirty and greasy and grungy after a while. So these tips are important for that, to keep yourself healthy, keep the wheelchair healthy, help the wheelchair last longer, keep the parts, going. Manual wheelchairs, in terms of the casters and things like that, do require a different type of cleaning. But there are videos for that for manual wheelchairs. There's a ton of them everywhere on on YouTube, so you can find those. But I'll see if I can find a good link for cleaning your casters, because you have to take them off and then take out the bearings and all kinds of little details that I've never done. And I've never done power wheelchairs either. If I had some issues with my casters that I see that they're wobbly or doing something weird, then I would call the company that I work with and ask them to check my casters and possibly clean the joints there and put them back on. The treads are good, so there's no reason to change the casters at this time. But those are some details that we have to pay attention to. The joints, the wheels, to make sure they're working fine, they're not making any weird noise, and that they're not wobbly. And if they are, we need to check in with the mechanic to take them off, clean them in the inside, and then put them back on. So there's that. So there's the external cleaning that we can do, and then possibly a mechanic. There are people who just take their wheelchairs to a specialist to clean, their tires and get those redone and get the wheelchair back. And it's great. They get it back in probably less than 24 hours because it doesn't take long. Let's see. So does that make sense? I think it does. But those are the special points and reasons why you want to keep your wheelchair clean, to be more presentable, to be more hygienic in your presentation, keep your clothes clean and your wheelchair clean. It all goes together. So your wheelchair is part of you, so you want to keep it as clean as possible. All right, folks, I'm hoping that this masterclass is helpful. If you have any questions about the cleaning or some ideas that you have that have helped you keep your wheelchair clean, please share those. These are the ones I know that you can clean your wheelchair and be safe in doing so. All right, folks, feel free to give us a like as always. And you all are the core and support of this channel. Just know that you are. We have reached 75,000 views on this channel already, and we have almost reached 500 subscribers, almost 500 subscribers. We are at 493 subscribers. So if you would like to contribute and subscribe and help us get to that next goal of 500 subscribers, please do. That would bring us a lot of joy. All right, folks, I'll see you in the next master class.